just to let you know I'm ballin'. I'm a straight, make it rain just to let you know.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry. Between two teams looking to perform on a big stage. It's the Vikings going up against the Lions.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL sends us to the state of Michigan as we are inside Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Now a run with McCaffrey. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Second down following the run. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
To throw on second down is Newton. Completion left side to Miller. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. Spins by, and here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be 2nd and very short. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it third down. From the gun, here's Newton. Buying time to his left. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Lions have recovered. And for how much Cam handles the football, he really doesn't fumble a whole lot, but coughed it up there.
And I know that a lot of people seeing that play, they immediately go back to the Super Bowl against Denver and Von Miller knocking it free from Cam. But I think you're exactly right. One of the underrated aspects of his game, he's fundamentally sound when he carries the football. Whether he's in the pocket or actually running it, he usually does a great job of taking care of it.
He'll have to shake that one off. A first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off to them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Shift together here from the D-line. On 2nd down, here's Brady. Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's 3rd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. A beautiful fake. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
Well, if we had any questions, that run kind of answered it. He's still Marshawn Lynch.
Hasn't lost a thing. Maybe running with a renewed sense of purpose and energy after that year off. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, and he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And Detroit getting set to go now. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Flush to his right. He goes underneath to Abdullah. And he is knocked down from the side near the 34-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. On first down, Brady. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. First down, the run with Lynch. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Nice job by the defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Second down, 9 yards to go. They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. Powers through him. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin as the Lions are... And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
A first run for the backup, Abdullah. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the 9th-year man from LSU, Thomas Morstead, on to punt, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. $31 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Viking football here as they take possession. And out now come the Vikings. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level and quick. Make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And he is the NFC reigning offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab it.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
Here's Newton. Hard throw, incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And Detroit getting set to go now. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll give it off here to the tight end. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Slot man moves right. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. He spins free. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down at the 17-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Gets it up around the 22, but no further. Did flash the fancy footwork, but not much to show for it.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Open man left side is Wallace, complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Brady to throw on second down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Duke Riley in there to drop him, and that will go into the books as the first sack of his young NFL career.
The Lions on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Shotgun now for Brady. And he's going to go down again.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Fielded just inside the 30. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. Looks to be right around the 40. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Now it's Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. To throw on second down, Brady. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And another timeout called by the Vikings now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
From the gun, it's Brady. Dancing to his left. The 20. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jimmy Graham with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game. And that one makes it 14-7. Bailey now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. McCaffrey on the counter. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Here's Newton now on second down. Broken tackle. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Mike Daniels busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. Here's McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And Detroit getting set to go now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Okay, so Larry apparently giving us the silent treatment all of a sudden, and we're going to skip ahead to quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On second down, Lynch. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now Brady, and he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On first down, Abdullah. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Detroit. Amir Abdullah, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Now with toss, this is McCaffrey. Room here to run. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They go play action here on first down. It's caught. Michael Pruitt. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 17 yards to pick up there.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey shrugs him off. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
We got three down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now Newton. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be knocked down sideways near the 42. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there and handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They start the drive with Lynch. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Shipped together here from the D-line. To throw on second down. Brady, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw on third down, Brady. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. Quick move by Miller. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Gun. Newton going deep for Hopkins. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Minnesota. 43 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you...
Back now at Ford Field. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Newton. Being chased out left. Oh, no, he lost the football. Does the big boy have the juice? And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
A run here with Lynch. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
On play action, it's Brady. He'll dump it off, complete to Lynch. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And the big tight end shifting around. Lynch running the counter. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. They'll run again with Lynch. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. This is caught by Jackson. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. And at this stage in the game, every play is magnified here as we get down to the nitty-gritty. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push his way up to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
20, 23.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. The Lions on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. So a toss to Abdullah. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So a big kick coming now for Dan Bailey. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Now then, it's a big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so. But this one's not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. That's going to go as a loss loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
So able to break through the initial contact and then down right near the 25. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Back to throw. He shakes it off. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue. How do you do it without interfering? In this case, it didn't get done.
McCaffrey following the penalty. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
He'll look to throw. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. The Vikings on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. It's a loss of 14 that time, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Probably thinking they got to be careful not to force anything here in overtime. This is 3rd and a mile right now. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. He's going to let this go deep for... He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
The Lions on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. So the D-line's going to spread out. Throwing on 3rd and long. Brady. That's into the hands of Wallace over the middle. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taken from just outside the 30. Still fighting. And he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back. McCaffrey. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Now Newton with his first throw in OT. Buying time to his left. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 8. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he's got some space here. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, last year, I'm not sure we saw very many of those runs, did we, from the Vikings? I mean, they had the poorest rushing attack in the league.
Just 75 yards per game, but carries like the one we just saw, that'll help bolster that average.
Yeah, certainly, and they tried to beef up the offensive line in the offseason, brought in Latavius Murray, and then drafted Dalvin Cook out of Florida State.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to...
Like the way it sounds, Frody? Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wagon. Lay back, fire like dragon. Man, I'm flying past Saturn. Out of here like I ain't that savage. Two. It's like I'm at the studio with Michael. You can hear me dancing on the beat. Bam, bam, about to put a mansion on the beach. 100 Latins in your lobby.